everybody, Local Lego Man here, and welcome back to yet another early LEGO August 1st set review. And today we're taking a look at a super cool set. Now there are obviously a lot of amazing sets launching August 1st, but there is one in particular that I've probably been more hyped for than pretty much anything else, and it is a Marvel set. And I've been planning on doing some reviews on Marvel sets for a bit, but this is honestly the perfect way to start off those reviews. Specifically, the set that I'm talking about is set 76261, containing 900 pieces and retailing for $110, the Spider-Man Final Battle set. And I know that I'm definitely not alone for being very hyped about this set, so without further ado, let's check this set out.
Okay, now all I'm gonna say is that I had really high expectations for this set, and it somehow still amazed me. But before we take a look at the builds, we first have to take a look at the figures, starting off with Peter 1. And Tom Holland's Spider-Man comes with this web piece as an accessory, and I have to say that I love the design of the integrated suit, from the torso to leg printing, which is just elevated thanks to the dual molded legs, down to the face printing, which is just perfect. And I should also mention that all of the Spider-Men within this set have unmasked versions as well, and this is what Tom Holland's looks like, and you can see that he has the smiling expression, and he also has a more worried expression. Next up, we have the Spider-Man of my childhood, that being Peter 2. And it's so awesome to be getting another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure, since the webbed outfit is such an iconic Spider-Man costume, and this figure is just amazing, thanks in big part to the amazing head and torso printing. And although Tobey Maguire Spider-Man does not have any leg printing, the figure still comes with dual molded legs, and although I personally would have liked printing on the legs, it's honestly not that big of an issue. Peter 2 also comes with these two web power pieces and then this other web accessory, and along with that, he also comes with a human face, which has this happy expression as well as an angry expression. After that, we have quite the amazing Spider-Man figure, if you know what I mean, that being Peter 3. And I'm so happy that we can finally get an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man figure in stores, since the only figure of this Spider-Man was a Comic-Con exclusive and is extremely expensive now. But other than that, I do have to say that I love the design, and once again, I do wish that we had gotten leg printing, but again, it's not the biggest of deals, since I do think the dual molded legs are perfect. And this figure also comes with two web accessories, and the face is actually Jim's from The Office, but it works really well to convey Andrew Garfield with this smiling face and then this more serious face. After that, we have Spider-Man's best sidekick, that being Ned Leeds. And I know that a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of this figure, since it reuses a lot of pieces from prior minifigures, which doesn't make it the most movie accurate, but I honestly think this is a great stand-in for Ned, since I think the torso printing does a pretty good job at conveying the Letterman jacket worn within the film, and also both of the facial expressions, whether that be the full smiling grin or just the slight grin, both look amazing. Next up, we have MJ. And MJ's design is really simplistic, but I do think it does a good job at conveying the character, and this is definitely an inclusion that needed to be included, especially with that one scene that happens. You obviously know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. And I will also mention that MJ has a second expression where she looks a tad bit grumpy. After that, we have the man who started all the wacky hijinks within this movie, that being Doctor Strange. And this is a super solid figure, not only having this super cool rubber cape piece, but also having printing on the hair as well. And I also have to mention the cool magic accessories as well. Plus, the back printing is also great. But there is, of course, the problem where this technically isn't a movie-accurate Doctor Strange, since this is actually his outfit from Multiverse of Madness, but I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal, especially since I'm personally a bigger fan of this outfit. And I should also mention that he does have a dual printed face, with his alternate face being very grumpy. Now it's finally time for the enemies, starting off with probably the most anticipated figure of this set, that being Norman Osborn, or the Green Goblin. I think that this figure is pretty good, but there are definitely some disappointing qualities, mainly the lack of leg printing as well as the lack of a purple hood piece, since this is the figure that pretty much everyone was excited to get, and it's really unfortunate that this is the least detailed of the villain figures. But that being said, I do also have to say that they did nail the design of both of the head expressions, and they also did a pretty good job on the pumpkin bomb accessories, although again, I do wish they had gotten some printing. And he does also technically come with an extra accessory, that being the box, which contains the spell that Doctor Strange made. And this is actually a Minecraft head with stickers on pretty much every side, which honestly looks really cool. After that, we have my favorite redesign from this movie, that being Electro. And this design is just perfect, using these two lightning bolt pieces as accessories, and just the printing on the front of the character for not only the torso, but also the face just looks amazing. We obviously can't talk about this figure without talking about the accessory, which is a whole boatload of these yellow electric pieces, and interestingly enough, they covered up some of the gaps using the Infinity Stones, which is kind of an interesting piece usage, and when we do remove the back accessory, you can also see the great printing on the back of the torso. And last but most certainly not least, we have Doc Ock. And I know that a lot of people were iffy on the gray coloring for the long trench coat, but I honestly think that it looks really good, and apart from that, I love the torso and leg printing, and the double-sided face is also just perfect at conveying Alfred Molina. But the thing that I'm happiest with is that they gave Doc Ock the older arm accessories, which they used in the original Spider-Man 2 sets, which I was always a huge fan of when I got those when I was younger, so it's cool that they stuck with the same design for those. Plus, the back printing is also great. Alrighty, now that we've taken a look at all of those figures, it's time to take a look at the build. And when I'd initially heard rumors that we were getting a set of this final battle and that the price was going to be around $100, I was kind of nervous as to how they would convey the build of the Statue of Liberty, but they honestly did it better than I would have imagined, with the Statue of Liberty's head being the main focus, which looks really cool and allows you to recreate a lot of scenes from that final battle. And there's also a couple of little hidden secrets within the Statue of Liberty. First, when you open up the top of the head, we can see that it's filled with sand and has Sandman's hand poking out, which is a really cool reference to the movie. And then when moving to the back of the Statue of Liberty's head, we can open up this panel to reveal one of Doctor Strange's portals to the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is just awesome, and the sticker design just looks amazing. Some other awesome details within this set are the awesome build for Green Goblin's glider, these little fuse boxes, this giant rubber web piece holding onto one of the cures for the villains, and I also love that everything is on like this sleek black border, since this really helps the set look like a super clean display piece. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So if I had to rate this set, what would I rate it?
This set 100% gets a 5 out of 5. In fact, this set made me consider doing 10 out of 10, since this set honestly blew me away and kind of set the bar almost higher for some of the other LEGO sets coming out, since the figures are really good, the build's amazing, and this is just one of the best display pieces that I think LEGO has ever made. But yes, I hope you really enjoyed this early LEGO Marvel review, and make sure to subscribe since we have one more early August 1st reveal coming tomorrow. Alrighty, bye!